Hello, thank you for joining today's edition of Google Gurus in Training. That's Gurus in Training. I don't remember what episode this is. I'll have it in the video title. But today's episode is called Credit Card Scam King Goes Legit. Back in 2000, here's the year 2000, I just got out the Navy and I was looking for ways to make money, any kind of way, legal or illegal, didn't matter. I just wanted to make money, and that's it. So I was installing I got this job installing satellite TV in apartments and houses and stuff like that. I met a guy who introduced me to credit card scams. This guy was so big that he made big companies change their policies, their credit card issuing policies. It was fun. I made some money. It was criminal. It was on the edge. I almost went to jail once, and I talked my way out of it. I'll share that story with you in Vegas when you come meet me at the next company event. So that's what I did in 2000. I learned how to get credit cards and people's names, and I'm talking farmers, senators, people with good credit, people that could easily get credit cards. And we had gas cards, we had hardware store credit cards, and what I would do to make money to pay my rent. I was living in Los Angeles at the time. White collar crime capital, one of them, go figure. So I was living there in LA, and I was doing this credit card scam. I was getting credit cards and people's names. We had profiles, we had social security numbers, addresses, previous addresses, maiden names, you name it, we had it. And so I was doing these scams, and I would approach people in hardware stores and say, hey, let me get your stuff for you at the cash register, and you just pay me in the parking lot half of whatever your receipt says, cash. And so it worked, and it worked for a little while. That's how I paid my rent in Los Angeles at the time. Keep in mind, this was back in the year 2000, 14 years ago. I was young, and I just wanted to make money any kind of way. I didn't care. Here's what happened. I had about $2,000 in my bank account. And one day I went to make a purchase, a legitimate purchase, not a scam artist purchase, with my own bank account, my own bank card. And I get to the register, and I swipe my card, or they swipe it. I don't remember exactly how that happened, but it said declined. My card was declined. And the reason why I was declined was because someone, when I was in the Navy, before I left Virginia, I was in Norfolk, Virginia, I left some stuff there at that person's house, and they got a hold of my checkbook, which is one of those items that I left behind, and they started writing checks for cell phones. They paid their rent, they paid their electric bill, all of my checkbook. So that account that had $2,000 went to zero. And that moment is when I made a decision that it is true, that you reap what you sow. Whatever you sow into the universe comes back, good or bad. Immediately in that moment, I decided to stop doing credit card scam fraud. I said no more. I threw away my folders, my files, my profiles, everything. I threw it all away. And I never looked back. And I never did that crime again. I made a decision at that point in my life to where I want to start legitimate business enterprises. And I kept that, and I meant that. Another story, quick story. there's a scam online where you'll get a message or something, an email or a phone call or something saying that we want to give you this money, but first you have to go and give us some money first. So, for example, we have this money that we want to give you. They pretended to be some kind of loan agency or office, and so what you had to do was take $170 and you had to take it and put it on a card at Walmart or Walgreens, some kind of credit card. You had to put the money on that card and then send them the access code so that they could extract the money from that card. And it's a very sneaky scam, and I almost fell for it. This was about 7 months ago or 8 months ago. So here's what I did. I called the guy and I said, I forgive you. And he was like, forgive me? Forgive me for what? I said, I know what you're doing is a scam, and you're scamming people out of your money, and you almost got me, but I forgive you. And it was an Indian guy. He had an accent. He was like, and he said something like, by the time I finished talking to him and sharing with him and saying I forgive you and letting him know there's other things out there, there's legitimate ways that he could create money online, he opened up and he actually said, I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like scamming people. This guy, he's a scammer, and they're making $10,000. This guy, I asked him, how much money are you making a month with this scam? And he told me he makes $10,000 a month with that scam. And he actually invited me to join in on that scam with him so that I could actually end up making $10,000 a month. And I said, no thank you. Because I believe in karma, and I believe that whatever you sow into the universe, good or bad, comes back to you. Which is why I create these Google Hangouts every Friday, and I share it with the world, and I share it with you, my subscribers, my listeners, my watchers, because I want to give back. I want to give back. I want to give back into the universe. I want to give back into the universe good, so that good comes back to me. And so I told that guy, I said, no, but I forgive you for what you're doing. And if you should ever decide to do something different, I will show you how you can create massive income, $10,000 or more, $20,000, $30,000 online using what I use. And I haven't heard from him since. So I guess he's still doing his scam. In business, in this internet space that we reside in, that we operate in, this real estate that we acquire online, which is what this Google Hangout, this Hangout, this video that you're watching is real estate, but it's online real estate. This is my property, my area, in a sense. And I made a decision to not do that scam 8 months ago, because I made another decision 14 years ago that I'm not going to do that. That's not going to be me. That's not what I'm going to sow into the universe. Because if you think about it, people that do crime, eventually a crime gets done to them. If you shoot, so if your life is shooting people and murdering people, eventually someone's going to shoot you and murder you, because you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And so whatever you put out into the universe comes back. Whatever you put out in your business. I think about these banners on Facebook and on Google. If you go into a Facebook group, a work from home group, everyone posts these banners. And a lot of these banners don't convert because it's not a video. Why do I say that? Because people connect with video, flesh and blood. They connect with your experiences, your visions, things that you used to do, your past. See, I understand that my past, that what I used to do 14 years ago, my past does not equal my future. And your past does not equal your future. It doesn't matter where you are. Right now, I'm going to stop this broadcast because I have 1% left, and this computer is about to die. Thank you for watching. I'll post part 2 later of this webcast. My name is Barry J. Solomon, Gurus in Training. See you soon.